है ना. Good afternoon, welcome to Vanik-Ias, and we will discuss current affairs of 12th March. First topic, that is related to women in peacekeeping force. First, let us understand what is peacekeeping force. It is according to, there is a clause, that is responsibility to protect by United Nations. What do you mean by responsibility to protect? Every country has certain sovereignty. Sovereignty means inside the internal or the internal matters of a particular country, regarding the internal matters of a particular country, the authority of that state should take the decision, right? But United Nations has mandated that if any country is violating the rights of the citizens, or it is violation, there is violation of human rights, then to protect the life of the people, United Nations can intervene. That can violate the sovereignty of a particular country, and they will ensure human rights to the to those citizens. Especially this clause, it is also criticized, is also a good cause. Why it is criticized? In the line, in the theory of responsibility to protect those citizens in the name of human rights, what happened? They intervened in many countries and destabilized those countries. For example, Syria, Libya, all these things, Yemen, they are unstabilized. There is puppet government of US established there, right? So that is, so the basic principle of United Nations in this regard is that they will protect the human rights of the citizens when the state fail to do so, right? In this peacekeeping force, and another thing is that they will deploy the peacekeeping force. There is a difference between peacekeeping force and military. They will be responsible for, they will not fight, they cannot without any reasonable cause, they will not use force. So here, that is peacekeeping, especially in disturbed areas, especially in the Middle East, because we know that Middle East is unstable since 2 decades, and there are various turmoils. For example, in Iraq, it is disturbed in Syria, disturbed in Libya, where Gaddafi is killed. So in the disturbed regions, peacekeeping force are deployed by the United Nations, and in that peacekeeping force, if we will see the share of women, then it is very less, right? In somewhere it is 4%, in different type of forces are there. Somewhere it is 5%, somewhere 10%. So we have then, so there is a proposal to increase the women participation in peacekeeping force, right? Why? Because of because in a particular society, women presents half of the society, and to protect the rights of the women, it is essential that peacekeeping force should be also women. Recently, many women soldiers were training to be part of United Nations. They are under training to be part of United Nations for more than a decade, and United Nations has called for more participation from women. United Nations has called for more participation from women in conflict prevention, post-conflict peace building, post-conflict peace building, right? Whenever they already disturbed, but now to bringing peace. In these things, women will be included. What is this peacekeeping? Peacekeeping began in 1948. Remember, it started in 1948 when United Nations Security Council authorized the deployment of UN military observers in the Middle East. Especially it is created for the Middle East, right? Because that is a disturbed areas. Then UN peacekeeping helps countries to navigate difficult path from conflict to peace. Help countries to navigate the difficult path from conflict to peace in a conflict area. For example, Syria is a conflict area, so there is peacekeeping forces are deployed there. For example, in Afghanistan also, peacekeeping forces, they stayed for a long time to bring stabilization. But when the US government has taken those soldiers, then again Taliban took it back. It deploys troops and police from around the world, integrating them with civilian peacekeepers to address the range of mandates by United Nations Security Council. So there are mandates how they will govern, how they will work. these peacekeeping force that are formulated by the United Nations Security Council, and this is created for the Middle East because it is an unstable region where there is no democracy. Democracy always protects the human rights, especially because democracy protects human rights, it respects human dignity. So far as dictatorship is concerned, authoritarianism is concerned, for example in North Korea, in China, in Middle Eastern countries, in the especially Islamic republics, there is authoritarian government, then there is chances that there will be huge violation of human rights. In Syria also we have seen huge violation of human rights by the Bashar al-Assad government, right. That is why this peacekeeping becomes necessary, and in democracies these peacekeeping missions are not necessary because there is already a stabilized government, or that is democracy always respects the human rights, most of the cases. Okay. Next, what is the background of Indian women in peacekeeping forces? Background: for the first time in the history of humanitarian peacekeeping, India sent all female formed police unit to be deployed in the Liberia in 2007 after a civil war ravaged in the African nation Liberia, right. Remember, India is contributing largest number of forces to UN peacekeeping, right. And so far as women it is concerned, India has sent a all female formed police unit, that is in Liberia, in civil war raised in African Union. Okay, what is this civil war? Civil war means when people fight with people, right. This is not law and order problem. Two different kinds of people, they will fight with each other. In India, we can say a small that is communalism. It's one type of, it's not a big civil war, it is a small civil war, right. If everybody will fight, two communities will fight with each other, that we can call as civil war. Okay, like in civil war happened in Sri Lanka between the Tamils and the Sinhalese. Both communities fight with each other. When civil war happens, it becomes very difficult for the state to control the violence. It becomes because people fight with people, two communities fight with people, and law and order are completely disturbed. So a particular state cannot provide security to its citizens. At that time, UN peacekeeping force helps the state to maintain the law and order. Okay, what is the intent of peacekeeping force? Recently, UNSC Indian officials called for more female participation in public life. They called for more female participation in public life and elimination of violence against them as prerequisite for promoting lasting peace around the world. Elimination of violence against them, right. So recently UNSC asked Indian officials for more participation of women, right, because they will establish peace and security in the society in those areas where it is disturbed. Then what is the significance? In the profession that continues heavily dominated by men, generally peacekeeping forces are heavily dominated by men, and a nation that is riddled with gender violence, these female officers are breaking the stereotypes to represent their country in the world stage, right. Especially whenever there is law and order disturbs, gender violence resurface. That means if we take the example between when in 1971 there is war in Bangladesh, huge number of violence against women. Even during the partition, huge number of violence against women, because there is no law and order. When there is no law and order, what will happen? Nobody is there to punish, nobody is there to give them evidence. Everything is just disturbed. In those times, crimes against women happens the most. So that's why so in a disturbed area, and because there is a huge compassion for women, because they have more compassion, so in those areas they can work better to reduce this gender violence. Okay, next. Multi-role. Women deployed in all areas, police, military, civilian, have made a positive impact in peacekeeping environment, including supporting the women in building peace and protecting women's rights. So especially they respect women's rights, they protect them, they protect, they work as civilians officers, they work as police officers. In all those sectors, they establish gender rights and gender security. Next, current numbers according to United Nations, approximately 95,000 peacekeepers and women constitute 4.8%, which is very meager, but still 4.8% of military contingents, 10.9% form police units, and 34% in case of 34% of justice and corrections government provided personnel in even peacekeeping missions. So especially so far as military contingents is concerned, it is very less, that is 4.8%. So we must encourage it. It must be equal to up to 50%, because that will establish peace and order in the society. So that is the issue we are discussing. Next, global effort initiative in UN Police Division launched global effort to recruit more female police officers. Global effort initiative, right? UN Police Division has launched global effort to recruit more female police officers into national police services, into UN police operations around the world in 2000. The 2028 target for women serving in military contingents is 15% and 25% for military officer staff and officers. So there is target that it will be increased to 15% of the total number of military contingents within 2028. The effort is global effort initiative. Next, UNSC resolution. The UNSC resolution 1325. Remember, UNSC resolution 1325 has called for expansion of the role and contribution of women in its operation, including uniformed women peacekeepers. Uniformed women peacekeepers. So remember the number. It will be better while the answer writing. While writing answer, you mention specifically that UNSC resolution 1325 calls for expansion of women participation in so far as peacekeeping is concerned. Next, action of peacekeeping. Action for peacekeeping initiative. What is this action for peacekeeping initiative? United Nations Peacekeeping Initiative views the women peace and security agenda as critical to enhancing peacekeeping operations. So participation of women is critical to enhancing peacekeeping operations. This is the objective of action for peacekeeping initiative, that is A4P. This can be achieved through providing women full participation in peace process and making peacekeeping more gender responsive. Peacekeeping more gender responsive. If there are women, they will take the care of the women, including thorough increasing of number of civilian and uniformed women in the peacekeeping at all levels and on all key positions. So at every key position in there should be women participation. They will establish gender justice. So here we have discussed, one is global effort initiative that called for increase the number of women. Second is action for peacekeeping initiative that also says that it is very critical. It is critical to enhance the numbers of women in peacekeeping. And current number is 4.8%. It is targeted that within 2028 it will be 15% of women participation in contingents. Okay. Next, why it is important to have women peacekeepers? First is improved operation and performance. Efficiency will increase with inclusion. Remember, efficiency always of any sector increases with inclusion. If you have people from diverse background, right? Diverse background means from all caste, from all religions, from all gender. Then your policy making, your work culture will efficiency will increase. Greater diversity and broadened skill set. Greater diversity and broadened skill set means improved decision making, planning results leading to greater operational effectiveness. It's a established fact, right? It's in management. It's a established fact that if you include more people are included in your decision making. Those who belongs to various backgrounds, then the efficiency will generally increases, because our society is diverse, right? So a particular person brought in a particular environment cannot understand the other societies fully. So if we have people from different diverse societies, then we can understand the society completely, and accordingly if we are making our plans and policies for the whole society, that will be more effective, because the policy will be more inclusive, and that will understand the whole society, and that can be implemented better, right? So efficiency and performance increases with participation. Next, better access. Women peacekeepers can better access the population, including women and children, right? So far as women and children is concerned, then it will be easy for women to contact them or to assist them. For example, by interviewing, supporting survivors of gender-based violence, and women against children, thereby generating critical information that would otherwise be difficult to reach, right? So far as each is concerned, those women who are faced gender violence in those critical areas, those war-prone areas or disturbed areas, they can contact the women police officer or the women authorities more comfortably, we can say. So that is a better access. It is very important. These do not create deter in the mind of women, those who have already suffered, to reach the authorities. Then building trust and confidence. Building trust and confidence. Women peacekeepers are essential enablers of build trust and confidence. Obviously, it is easy to trust. Basically, so far as trust is concerned, society trusts more women as compared to men. With local communities and help improve access and support for local women. So local women will trust more to the police officers. For example, in interacting with women societies where women are prohibited from speaking to men. In some societies, yes, in some societies women are prohibited from speaking to men, right? There are various customary rules in different societies, and for example, in a society where we can say Muslim presentation is more. In a society, suppose there are so many Muslims, so usually the interaction between other male and Muslim women is not that much because of some customary rules. So in those societies, it will be better for women to interact with them and they solve their problem, right? So this will increase the inclusiveness. Then inspiring and creating role models. In some tribal areas of Northeast as well, it is there are some restrictions for women to contact with other women, so to talk with other women also. So as this peacekeeping motion is working throughout the world, there you will find many societies who has such customary rules, right? So in such customary rules, if there is women police officers or women authorities, then that will be better to listen their grievances. Okay, inspiring the creating role models. Women peacekeepers serve as a powerful mentors and role models for women and girls in the post-conflict settings. Powerful mentors and role models for women and girls in post-conflict setting in host community, setting examples for them to advocate their own rights and pursue that non-traditional careers. So it's one type of inspiration for them. When they see a women officer, when women or girls see a officer who is women, and they become, they get inspiration and they get an inspiration to live the traditional role and become the symbol of power and authority, right? This is create inspiration. Okay, next. Bbn Motor Vehicle Agreement. Next topic is this Bbn Motor Vehicle Agreement. Why we need this Motor Vehicle Agreement? First of all, why we have INSTC, right? That is connecting the Middle East and the West Asia and India, INSTC, International North-South Corridor and in North-South Corridor, right? Next, we have Bbn Corridor, Kaladana Multimodal Project, or there is OBOR by China. Why these multimodal projects? Why this connection? Why this? Because we have to increase our trade. We have to increase our trade, right? This connectivity increases the trade, and by trade, economic opportunities increases. That will foster our development. That will foster our growth. That will generate employment. That will boost our economy. That's why this connecting link between the various countries is very important. And one such example is our Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Nepal Corridor Motor Vehicle Agreement, right? Okay. The project was conceived after South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation, that is SAARC. SAARC failed to agree on a regional motor vehicles agreement at a summit in Nepal 2014, mainly because of the opposition from Pakistan. Pakistan opposed, so a connectivity link between the SAARC nations couldn't possible. That's why BBIN got created. Okay. Then Bbn Motorbike Agreement for the regulation of passengers, personal and cargo vehicular traffic between 4 countries. Cargo and vehicular traffic between 4 countries. Signed during a transport minister meeting in Thimphu in 2015. Remember, it is started in 2015. What is the objective? Operationalizing the MBA motor vehicle agreement by concluding the passenger and cargo protocol will help realize full potential of trade. This will help realize full potential of trade and people-to-people connectivity between the BBIN countries, fostering greater sub-regional cooperation. That is within Bangladesh, India, Nepal and Bhutan, and that will help the passenger and cargo protocol. This will so what the BBIN this project will do? This will just increase the people-to-people contact and passes of cargo, various goods and services. That movement will increase, right? That is the objective of BBIN corridor. But now you see the issue. That is the issue is Bhutan's reluctance, right? It's not new Bhutan's reluctance. It is in 2017, right? The Bbn project suffered a setback in 2017 when Bhutan temporarily opted out after being unable to get parliamentary approval for the MBA. The 3 other countries decided at the time to press ahead with the agreement, right? So in 2017, Bhutan shown reluctance. Why? Because they is a very peaceful country. They believe in peace rather than the economic development, right? So because of environmental reasons or various reasons, it was not passed by the parliament of Bhutan. Next, foreign funding. The Asian Development Bank, ADB, the Asian Development Banks supported the project as a part of South Asian Sub-Regional Economic Cooperation and has been requested to prioritize about 30 road projects worth of billions of dollars. And the World Bank, which has estimated the implementation of MBA will potentially see the increase of traffic regional trade. Within the implementation of the MBA will potentially see that is South is nearly 60%, that will increase the trade by nearly 60%, has also announced the interest and supporting the infrastructure. So both ADB, Asian Development Bank and World Bank, both will support the infrastructure development so far as BBIN is concerned, because they realize that this will development connectivity in the among these South Asian countries. Then persisting issues. What are the issues regarding BBIN corridor? There are still some agreements holding the final protocols, including issues like insurance and bank guarantees. Insurance and bank guarantees, size and frequency of freight carriers, size and frequency of freight carriers in each country, with the hope finalized this year before the operationalizing of bus and truck movements between them. So there are some issues regarding size and frequency of freight carriers, and another thing is that regarding insurance, this also still it is there. So it is going to be finalized this year, and after this year we have discussed that Asian Development Bank and World Bank is supporting various infrastructure projects, and they have promised to support this BBIN corridor, and that will improve the connectivity in South Asia. Okay, next, what are the concerns of Bhutan? Let's know the concerns of Bhutan. Prime Minister Lotai held that given the Bhutan's current infrastructure and top priority remaining carbon negative country, right, environmental reasons, that would not be possible with consider joining MBA. Thus, Bhutanese parliament decided not to endorse the plan, right? They want to remain a carbon negative country, so they do not want to promote they want to stay in a healthy environment, right? And that is not possible if you develop such type of corridors. What are the similar connectivity initiatives of India? One is Bangladesh, China, Myanmar, that is BCIM, Bangladesh, China, Myanmar, India, Myanmar corridor, India, Myanmar, Thailand, trilateral highway, Kaladan multimodal transportation, right? So Bhutan concern may be eased if India considers the inclusion of waterways and riverine channels as a less environmental damaging substitute, right? If Bhutan is not agreed with the road transportation, we can develop the transportation via waterways, because that will not generate that much of carbon like the roadways. So this is your BBIN corridor so far as So Bbn corridor, what is the issue? Issue is with the Bhutan, and there are some documental issue regarding insurance, and Bhutan objection is because of environmental reasons. Basically, they want to remain a peaceful country, they want to remain in a healthy environment. That's why they are refused to join the Bbn corridor. Even if this is promoting economic development, they want more sustainable development. They are really holding the principle of sustainable development. Even if we do not want to be rich, but we want to live in a healthy environment. This is the principle with which Bhutan is not agree to join the Bbn corridor. Okay. Okay. Next topic is FARC Virtual Smart Grid Knowledge Center. Virtual Smart Grid Knowledge Center. Recently, Union Minister of Power has launched Virtual Smart Grid Knowledge Center and Innovation Park. What is this Virtual Smart Grid Knowledge Center? Located within the Power Grid Center of Mansar, Haryana. Virtual Smart Grid Knowledge Center is the first of its kind initiative by Union Government. Remember, this is Union Government of Power, Union Minister of Power. Because when time they ask this belongs to, they will give the option of human resource development, but it is related to Union Minister of Power, Ministry of Power, right? Power Ministry. Okay. The initiative is a part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav program. Will be set up leading centers of excellence globally to foster innovation, entrepreneurship, research. So this will be center to develop innovation, entrepreneurship, and research and smart grid technologies. It has been established by Power Grid with support from Union Ministry of Power and technical assistance from US Agency for International Development, International Developments, right? USAID. Remember this organization, USAID, United States Agency for International Development, and Power Ministry. They both cooperated and established this FARC Virtual Smart Grid Knowledge Center. It will promote excellence to foster innovation, entrepreneurship, and research. These things will be developed by this Virtual Smart Grid Knowledge Center. Okay, next. What is the significance of this initiative? It will develop entrepreneurship, innovation, right? It will foster innovation and entrepreneurship and research and create capacities. That means it will provide the trainings. It will provide trainings and power distribution sector. In power distribution sector, it will enable digital footprint of the physical setup. Digital footprint of the physical setup of SGKC, the need for the huge felt during the COVID-19 pandemic. So everything need to be digitized. Whatever we have physical infrastructure we have, right? Because in power sector, if we will consider huge amount of energy, huge amount of power got wasted, there is huge amount of power got leakage, right? And we are developing new type of power sector, power distribution system. So everything need to be digitized, and one of that will be fostered by this mission. So far as power distribution is concerned, if you consider 2 and 3 years back, it was around 30 to 40% power was getting wasted because of leakage. That was not getting identified. So everything need to be digitalized. That will reduce the leakage in power sector. And our aim to provide electric power 24/7 will be achieved. So what is this smart grid? It is an electrical grid with automation, communication and IT system. Automation, communication and IT system. This can monitor power flows from point of generation to point of consumption. This is what is needed. Monitor the power flows from points of generation to points of consumption. And control the power flow, curtail the load, match generation in real time or real time. So this can, so how much energy is, how much power is created, how much power is sent from the generation from the grid, and where it reaches from the source and to the consumer. So it will digitize everything. So this much power goes to here, this much power goes to here. So leakage will be identified automatically, right? For example, in a particular village, suppose 100 units of power came and there are 10 households, and they are not getting that much of, in result in the meter it is not showing. So obviously in these 10 households, there is leakage, right? Or a one particular household there is leakage because a particular amount is getting there, but it is not showing in the meter. That is smart grid. It can monitor the consumption very well, and that will reduce the leakage. Smart grids can be achieved by implementing efficient transmission and distribution system. System operation, consumer integration, and renewable integration. Smart grid solution helps to monitor, measure, and control power flows. Right? In real time, at every time, at one particular instant of time where the power is going, the total power can be calculated. Contribute identification of losses, right? Where it is getting wasted, where the leakage happens, this can be identified. Thereby, appropriate technical and managerial actions can be taken to arrest the losses, because it is huge. It is more than 30% in most of the states. That's why, and the power discoms, those power companies, they are always in debt. That is a sector where NPA is too much, right? So they have to reduce the losses. Vision for India: transform the Indian power sector into secure, adaptive, and sustainable. Secure, adaptive means new technology to adapt, and sustainable, digitally enabled ecosystem that provides reliable and quantity of energy for all its active participation of stakeholders. Okay. So this is power sector digitalization, smart grid. Next, benefits of smart grid developments. We have already discussed. This will reduce the T&D losses, transportation, distribution losses. Then peak load management, improve QoS and reliability. This will improve the reliability where the power is getting expenditure or used. Reduction of power purchase cost. Why power purchase cost will reduce? Because suppose you are a consumer, earlier your neighbor was consuming huge amount of power, but he was not paying the bill. So revenues of the company is reducing. If somebody is misusing, the revenue of the company is reducing. If revenue of the company is reducing, ultimately the burden will be on consumers. So you will pay it indirectly, right? If somebody is misusing the powers, then it is the consumer who is paying indirectly. And if the revenue will increase, if the revenue of power company will increase, what will happen? It is the people who will enjoy the benefits, who will get better quality of power, or they will get 24/7 power, or they will get better services, right? Better infrastructure. So the revenue of power sector must increase, and that will be monitored by the smart grid. So better asset management, obviously, what are the asset of a particular company or power sector, that will be managed efficiently. Increased grid visibility and self-healing grids. Wherever there is leakage, wherever there is problem, it can be identified immediately in a particular area. You don't need to inform the power sector that in my area there is no electricity connection. It will know it automatically. Then renewable integration and accessibility to electricity. Increase options such as TOU, DR programs, not net metering. Net metering means you will calculate easily how much power is consumed. Satisfied customers and financially sound utilities. All this, so it will develop holistically. So far as power sector is concerned, it will bring a revolution in power sector. Smart grid. Okay. Then what are the relative initiatives? Pradhan Mantri Sahaj Bijli Har Ghar Yojana, Saubhagya Yojana. You know that 100% ratification happened in this Saubhagya Yojana. It provides individual households. It provides electricity to individual households, and now 100% households are covered under the Saubhagya Yojana, right? Then green energy corridor. It synchronizes green corridor, renewable energy, and the national transmission network. This is green energy corridor, right? Renewable energy we are producing according to as we have promised in Paris Climate Deal and Glasgow Summit, and here we will integrate the national transmission network with the renewable energy. Then national smart grid mission, and smart meter national program, SMNP, modernizing India's power sector into secure, adaptive, and sustainable digital enabled ecosystem. Okay, so these are the initiatives taken by Union Government of India to bring changes in power sector. Then Saras 3 telescope. What is this telescope? Recently, Indian researchers of RRI Raman Research Institute, in a study using Saras 3 radio telescope, they have conclusively denied a recent claim of discovery of radio wave signal from cosmic dawn. Right? They have said that no, there is no such claim, no such discovery of radio wave from cosmic dawn. In 2018, a team of researchers from Arizona State University and MIT US detected signal from stars emerging in the early universe using the data from Aegis radio telescope. So, especially by Saras 3 telescope of Raman Research Institute, they refute any such claims, or they declare that such claims are not right. What they have claimed? They have claimed that there is signals from cosmic dawn, that is radio waves. They have identified radio waves. Okay, what is cosmic dawn? It is a period from about 50 million years to 1 billion years after the Big Bang. That is the cosmic dawn, when the first stars, black holes and galaxies in the universe formed. Remember additional information. These are many times this is asked, what is cosmic dawn? It is a period from 50 million to 1 billion years after the Big Bang, when first stars, black holes and galaxies of the universe got formed. That is what is called as cosmic dawn. RRI, what is an RRI? That is Raman Research Institute. It is Autonomous Research Institute. Autonomous Research Institute engaged in research and in basic science. It was founded in 1948 by the Indian physicist and Nobel laureate, that is Sir C.V. Raman, Chandrasekhar Venkata Raman. Right? He has got Nobel Prize for Raman scattering. Right? It started in 1948. So you understand what is cosmic dawn? That is from the time between 50 million years to 1 billion years, when all the stars and galaxies and the universe started. Next, what are the radio waves and radio telescopes? Radio waves have the longest wavelengths. Remember, radio waves are longest wavelength. Your infrared waves are shortest wavelength. Infrared waves, radio waves are longest wavelength. That's why they are used for in radar, right? And there is stealth technology. That will what is stealth technology? Stealth technology, that is such a technology that if that is even assimilated in a particular vehicle or a particular rocket, that will not be identified by radar. So in radar, basically radio waves are used. Then radio telescopes collect weak radio light waves, bring it into focus and amplify and make it available for analysis. So that is basically the job of radio waves. The radio telescope, they identify weak radio light waves. They help in studying naturally occurring radio light from stars, galaxies, black holes and other astronomical objects. These specifically designed telescopes observe longest wavelength of light. They observe longest wavelength of light ranging from 1 millimeter to over 10 meters long. For a comparison, visible light waves only few hundred nanometers long. So especially they observe longest wavelength of light, right? So far as visible light is concerned, visible lights are few nanometers. 1 nanometer equal to 1 by 10 to the power minus 9, or 10 to the minus 9 meter is 1 nanometer. Okay, so these are radio telescopes. Radio telescope, they collect weak radio light and long wavelength light, right? And radio waves are longest wavelengths. They observe the astronomical bodies. So Saras 3 telescope, what is this Saras 3? It is a niche high risk, high gain experimental effort of RRI. High risk, high gain. It aims to design, build and deploy India's precision radio telescope. It is a precision radio telescope that will observe the astronomical bodies to detect extremely faint radio wave signals from the depth of time from the cosmic dawn, when the first stars and galaxies formed in the universe. What are the findings? Saras 3 didn't find any evidence of signal claimed by Aegis experiment, right? So they have said it is said that there is no such signal from cosmic dawn. The presence of the signal is decisively rejected after careful assessment of measurement of uncertainties. The detection of reported by ages was likely contamination in their measurement and not a signal from depth of the space and time. However, astronomers still do not know what the actual signals look like. So, especially what was earlier claimed by Arizona Institute, it is declared as false, or it is not true by Soros telescope, that there is no such signal from the cosmic dawn, right. So, it is a radio telescope that observes astronomical bodies or astronomical signals. Then UPI 123 Pay and DG Sarathi. UPI 123 Pay and DG Sarathi. Recently this UPI is in news. Why it is UPI is in news? Because Google Pay and various services, online digital services, payment systems, Visa, some of the payment system they have declared that they are not going to support Russia. So, they have imposed sanctions. These payment systems have imposed sanctions, right. But so far as India is concerned, it is Atmanirbhar, it is self-reliant. We have our indigenous system, that is UPI system, that is why it is used in news. And another thing is that Reserve Bank of India has launched new UPI services. New UPI services are also launched. What is for feature phones called as UPI 123 Pay. For non-internet users, even without internet you can use UPI, make digital payments. Also launched 24/7 helpline for digital payments called as DG Sarathi. So, DG Sarathi is the helpline, and Reserve Bank of India has started a new UPI services in which there is it can be used without internet, right, and the helpline is called as DG Sarathi. DG Sarathi has also been set up by the National Payments Corporation of India. National Payment Corporation of India, it has also set up by it has also set up DG Sarathi to provide users automated responses on information related to digital payment. If there is any problem, then you can directly call to DG Sarathi. Presently, it is available in English and Hindi language. Then, what is this UPI? It is an advanced version of immediate payment service, IMPA. Immediate payment service. Advanced version is UPI. Round the clock funds transfer service to make cashless payments faster and easier and smoother. Earlier, it was only in the working days, only during the working time, right. You cannot make for example, other payment system after 8 PM or something like that, they reach the customer in after many hours. UPI, you can transfer money at any time from one customer to another customer, that is 24/7. And then UPI system provides systems that powers multiple bank accounts into a single mobile application. Yes, you can use also multiple bank accounts in a single account, right. You can PhonePe or Google Pay, you can link multiple bank accounts and you can receive and you can send money. UPI is currently is the biggest among National Payments Corporation of India operating system, including the NAC, that is National Automated Clearing House, immediate payment service IMPS, Aadhaar Enrolled Payment System AEPS, Bharat Bill Payment BBPS, and RuPay. In among all UPIs has the highest customer, and everybody is using UPI, that is PhonePe, Google Pay, all these things are UPI, based on UPI. The top UPI application today include PhonePe, Paytm, Google Pay, Amazon Pay. These are UPI, Bhim, and latter being the government's offering. So, it is widely used payment system. This payment system is widely used. What is UPI 123 Pay? What is UPI 123 Pay? It will work on simple phones that do not have an internet connection. Simple phones that do not have internet connection. As of now, UPI features only most level smartphones. At present, we use PhonePe and Google Pay in smartphones, but UPI 123 that will work in those phones which do not have internet as well, or even in a mobile when there is no internet services. At that time also you can send. The UPI service feature phones will leverage the RBI's regulatory sandbox on retail payments. Right. The regulatory sandbox usually refers to live testing of new products or services in a controlled or regulatory environment. Right. This and yes, now the UPI service will be in a or examined in a controlled environment. The UPI service will enable digital transaction through mechanism of on-device wallet. On-device wallet in the UPI applications. The users will be able to undertake host of transactions, various transactions based on 4 technology alternatives including IVR, interactive voice response, number, missed call based approach, app functionality, feature phones. So by every manner you can by voice and also by missed call, in all these things you can send money, that is sound based payments also be possible, right? That will recognize your sound and it will send the money. This will be enabled under UPI 1 to 3. Benefits, what are the benefits? The new service feature phones will enable individuals to make direct payments to others without smartphones and internet. You don't need a smartphone, you don't need an internet, right? Users can initiate payments, friends, family, pay utility bills, recharge, fastags on their vehicles, pay mobile bills. Also users can check account balance. Everything can be done by without internet as well. This will allow customers to use feature phones almost all transactions except scan and pay. Except scan and pay, all payments can be done. UPI 1 to 3 pay will be benefit the estimated 40 crore feature phone users. Now we have 40 crore feature phone users who are not using smartphone, and for them there will be UPI 1 to 3 pay they will use, and they can, that will augment our digital system or financial inclusion. So this is the this is a revolution in so far as financial inclusion is concerned, that is for non-smartphone users, right? So these are the benefits. Okay, daily quizzes. Consider the following phenomena. Light is affected by gravity. Yes, light is affected by gravity. And if a black hole, if in a black hole, if light enters, it will not come, right? Because it will attract it also. Light is affected by gravity. Next, the universe is constantly expanding. Yes, universe is constantly expanding in every direction. Remember, it is the theory of Big Bang. It's constantly expanding. Matter wraps its surrounding space and time. Yes, this is also. So these are related to Big Bang theory. Here all the statements are right. Next, Mekong-Ganga cooperation is an initiative of 6 countries. Which of the following are not participant of the Yes, Bangladesh is not a participant. Cambodia is the participant, right? China is not a participant. Myanmar is participant. Thailand is participant. Laos is one more participant. Vietnam is also there. Laos and Vietnam, right? So these are 6 countries: India, Laos, Vietnam, Cambodia, Myanmar and Thailand. So these 6 countries, they have established Mekong-Ganga cooperation. So 1 and 3 is the correct answer. Bangladesh and China are not included in Mekong-Ganga cooperation. Consider the following state about virtual smart grid knowledge. Now we have discussed smart grid knowledge center, right? Union Minister of Power has launched. Yes, I have said this is Union Minister of Power, right? And USSID, that they both with collaboration with each other, they have established this VSGK, that is Virtual Smart Grid Knowledge Center. The initiative is a part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav program. Yes, it is a part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav program that will establish smart grid, and smart grid will reduce the power, the issues in power sector. So both these statements are correct. 1 and 2 options are correct. Consider the following about, okay, let's come to the next. Which of the following has launched new UPI services features? Recently we have discussed just before few minutes. RBI, it is started by RBI. This UPI 1 to 3 pay, it is started by RBI, and that will ensure UPI payments in without a smartphone and also without internet, right? So the 40 crore users who are using mobile which is not a smartphone or normal mobiles, they can transact by UPI 123, except the scan and pay system will not be there, that is UPI 123, and that is started by RBI. Right, currently UPI payments are highest among all types of payment modes, highest number of transactions. Next, which one of the following is not related to United Nations? Multinational Investment Guarantee Agency, International Finance Corporation, IFC, and International Center for Resettlement. These are all related to World Bank, right? And this Bank of International Settlement, this is not related to World Bank. So this is D is the current answer. Your answer is D. So here the lecture ends. Like this video, share this video, and must comment us how can we improve and encourage us to continue this program. Thank you.